Good evening, happy new year, and welcome to the first episode of our 2022 new year. I am Nishonda Larimore. I am your hostess with the mostest. Hello, the Warriors Quest Show, my friend Jared and my friend Steve. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Happy New Year, Steve. I need to. I tried to call you. I need you to call me back. Okay. And hello, Jared. So wonderful to see you all. And hello to everyone that's on. Happy New Year again. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, and that you came in with a great attitude for the new year. My favorite number is 22, so I'm super excited for this new year. Our show today is one that you will not believe. I need you to make sure that you text, you tell, you tag somebody and have them watch this show. Okay. I need everybody to share it. Share now. Don't be stingy. Don't be selfish. I need you to share. And we want to make sure that everyone is aware of what we're talking about today with my special guest, all the way right here from the Sunshine State. So she's right here in Florida. She's right here in St. Augustine, Florida. So I didn't have to go very far to find her. I got some more comments. Yes, Steve, I'll call you. Hi, Ty Felicia. Hello, Tanisha. How are you, Miss Ellis? How are you? Listen, I'm so excited about this that every month, well, every Thursday this month, my show has already been booked. So all my guests are ready, and they are ready to share their story. They're becoming more open, and I'm super excited. But now y'all know what I already need y'all to do again. I need y'all to tell me where everybody's from. All right. I'm right here in Florida, but I need to know. I want to get in all 50 states. So if you all could share that information, I would greatly appreciate it. Where are you from? Where are you from? And I also want to know how many people became organ donors. Yes. How many people became organ donors in 2022? Yes, Steve. All the shows are booked. So I am booked and busy already in January 2022, and big things are going to be happening and popping. So I can't wait. So TA is all the way in PA. So you already know how it is. I don't want to hold you all up long. I want you all to meet my very special guest. I do have a question for you all, though. Do you know absolutely everything about your family history? Do you know everything about your family history? Right? Because as I wrote in the description, we don't know everything. We don't know everything. Something could be hiding, something could be lurking. I want you all to meet Miss Donna, and I want you all to learn how this life-saving transplant did not only change her life or save her life, but it changed everybody in her family's life. Okay, well, we know. I'm not even going to give you any more. I just want you to meet Miss Donna. I'm going to bring her on now. She is a fellow advocate for organ donation. She's also a heart transplant recipient. But boy, this story gets better and better. I would say gooder and gooder, but I'm a teacher, and they would frown on that. But it gets gooder and gooder. Okay, I don't care. It's my show. All right. So, right, everybody does not know their family history. So I'm going to bring Donna on now, and I want you all to hear this story. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mama. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Uncle Tony. Hi, Auntie Diane, and hi, Grandma Altamise. Y'all, my grandma just celebrated a birthday. She told us not to tell her age. Okay, so she's 39. Okay, my grandma's 39, and that's all I'm gonna say because she told us stop telling her age. All right. So here is Donna. all the way down the road in St. Augustine, Florida. Guys, welcome her to the show. Wait a minute. I gotta make sure I pull out the red carpet for her. Listen, I told y'all we coming bigger and better in 2022. I know she wasn't expecting the red carpet, but I had to give Donna the red carpet because she is my first guest of the new year. And Donna, I hope I don't have you. Yep, I did have you muted. So welcome, Donna. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I am again so delighted and excited that you are here and you are here and willing to tell your story. I actually met, hi, Mia Jones. I actually met Donna while we were doing a presentation at Kimberly Clayton's church, and that's where her and I first met. And
Yes.
we definitely keep in touch. We were, I asked her to do it before, but our schedules would not. Allow us to be able to do it. But the first of the year, I said, I gotta have Donna. We were just together at a Life Quest Christmas gathering, and she told her story again. And I said, nope, Donna, I gotta get you on my show. And she graciously said yes. I gave her some dates, and she said, yes, I'm available on the 6th. So I'm gonna stop talking. And I want you, Donna, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Oh gosh. I'm originally from the suburbs of Chicago, and I moved down here in November of 2015. So, um, hi Heather, my daughter's son. Um, and I'm loving every second of it. It's just too cold up north uh, in Chicagoland. And my daughter went to college down here and at Flagler, and very smart girl. She got a job down here. She's a teacher, and I know. So yeah, so the heck with staying up north. I came down here to stay warm, and
Okay.
I love it. Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, Heather, as a fellow teacher myself, you rock, sister. You rock. So we just a shout out to you and God bless you for everything that you did with your mom. We're gonna talk more about you too, Heather, because I'm told we have some of the same traits as a caregiver. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. What a lovely picture of you and your family, and your granddaughter's watching too, as well. And hello, Jonathan. So I want you to just such an amazing story. So I want you to just how did you begin this journey with needing a transplant?
It's really crazy. I was 49 years old. So this was in October of 2007. And I had just been to the doctor. Everything was supposedly fine. Um, and I was supposed to go back a week later for some minor thing. And during that week, I just started feeling more tired and more tired. So by the time that week went past, when I got there, I said, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just don't feel well. So
Mhm.
they did an EKG. It showed that it was abnormal. And so they sent me to the next building to a cardiologist's office. And I gave them my my EKG, and the nurses said, "Well, we'll have a doctor look at it, and we'll give you a call." So this was on a Tuesday morning. So I just went home and waited, and I called into work and said, I just don't feel well. And so I waited Wednesday. I waited Thursday. Thursday afternoon, I called and I said, "Is anybody going to see me?" And oh yeah, so they called me back Friday afternoon and said that the doctor would be happy to see me on Monday. And I thought, well, they're the doctors. I guess they know what they're talking about. By the time Saturday rolled around, I was having difficulty walking, and I could barely walk 3 feet without having a really tough time. So I thought, well, maybe there isn't something wrong with my heart. There's something wrong with my legs, I guess.
Mm.
Um, I ended up going to the ER at my local in my local area, and and I live about 40 miles west of Chicago in the western suburbs of Chicago. So when I got there, they kind of fast tracked me through the emergency room. I don't remember much. I don't really remember anything once I got past the doors of the emergency room. And the next thing I remember on Sunday, I remember just a brief moment of being in a room at that hospital, just for a short second. That's all I remember. And then, from what I understand, that evening I coded, um, and I was put on a balloon pump, which is a machinery. They put a catheter through your groin, through across your chest and into your heart. And then like a balloon is inflated and deflated, which actually pumps your heart for you. And it's there's a machine that sits right there, and it's like filled with helium, and a computer runs it. So, and so then I was just in really dire straits. So the cardiologist I call was calling Loyola University Medical Center. It's a teaching hospital in towards Chicago, and he was calling and screaming at them that they had to take me into the heart transplant unit. Apparently it was just filled up. They had no room for me, and he's like, "But you have to take her. She's not going to. We can't do anything for her here." So anyway, apparently they had room for me in the post-op recovery area. So they flew me by helicopter because they didn't want to take ground transportation just because of traffic from suburbs to Chicago. Plus, I was in such critical condition that they needed to get me there fast. So all of this is happening. I have no idea what's going on. So that was Sunday or Monday. I don't know. I don't remember anything until, from what I understand now, is at Loyola, they would meet every Tuesday. The doctors would meet every Tuesday to go over like the transplant list and stuff to see if anybody moved up or came off of the list. But so because I was on a balloon pump, and my family, I guess, went through the whole transplant list thing that you have to answer and all that. Like, would I be compliant with my medications? Would I, be there for my doctor's appointments and all that? Everything, I guess, that you have to do, the workup for getting on the list. I have no idea. So I was put on the list. So then the next thing I remember is waking up. I was on the ventilator and the balloon pump, and waking up and looking around and wondering where I was at. And I noticed the doctors in their white coats, and I noticed the badge on their coat, and it said Loyola. And being from the Chicago area, I knew that was a big hospital, and usually pretty big sick people go there.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking to myself, well, Loyola, what, something bad must have happened to me, you know.
Right. Right.
So then my oldest brother, who lives in Arizona, came walking in my room, and then my daughter, who was 21 at the time, and she was at Flagler College down here in St. Augustine. She comes walking in, and I'm like, something
What
really
happened?
bad happened to me.
Right. What's going on? My
um,
goodness. But let me ask you this, Donna. Donna, you didn't have congestive heart failure, didn't run in your family, you didn't have any other symptoms. There were no signs except for the fatigue that you felt, um,
yes,
during that day. But you said
right,
you've always felt fatigue.
yes, I did. And I
Okay.
mean, I had just been to the doctor, and
Hmm.
I had no swelling. I
Hmm.
had nothing. I had
And yours was different. You because I from my caregiving days, I understood when a person had when the fluid will build up and then you would begin to see the legs, the arms, or I could literally poke my husband's arm and my fingerprint would be there. So that's how we would know he was so full of fluid and they
right.
needed to get it off. But you didn't have any of those symptoms.
No, I had none whatsoever. And
Wow.
that's what's so weird. So that's what was so puzzling, because I thought after all of this had transpired, I was like, how could I have been this sick and
Hmm.
not known it, you know?
Wow. Wow.
And I got my medical records, and I'm like, nothing said, I wasn't swollen. There was nothing there. Of course, I
Mhm.
mean, I'd never been sick, and,
Mm.
I'd never had an EKG. I had never had anything other than, listen to my
Right.
back, to my front,
Mhm.
but women present differently, just
Okay.
like, the American Heart Association says, you know,
Mhm.
like women present different with a heart attack than men do.
Mhm.
We are just different.
Wow.
So, um, so then I, I heard my oldest brother and my daughter went out of the room, and I overheard doctors talking outside the room, and I heard them say, well, her only chance of survival is a heart transplant. And I'm listening, and I'm like, well, they're not talking about me, because I had no idea what unit I was in, even, because
Okay.
I had no idea where I was.
Okay.
And so I'm like, they're not talking about me. So, so then
So
the
this
doctor,
is very shocking waking up to.
oh yeah, I mean, I had no idea what happened,
Okay.
no idea why I was where I was at.
Mhm.
I've got a ventilator on me. I can't move. I'm like, what in the world happened to me? You know,
Wow. So when
and
they told you, what were what were your thoughts?
yeah, I, I was just dumbfounded. I'm like, how can that be?
Right.
I was fine until I was at the doctor. Everything was good. During that week, I started getting more and more tired. I couldn't lift my legs. I took the EKG to the doctor's office, the cardiologist's office. They didn't seem to care one way or another.
Mm. Wow.
And I'm thinking, what happened?
Wow.
So
Wow. Wait,
yeah,
so how long did you stay at the hospital?
um, so I was in the hospital from October to at Loyola. I was there from October 29th, I believe, and I
Mhm.
got my heart on November 24th.
Within the same year, the next month. Wow.
And I was on a balloon pump that whole time.
That whole time. Wow.
So
So, and you couldn't talk to your family.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't talk to your daughter while
Uh,
that.
I was on the ventilator, and then they took me off. and I coded again because of some medication they had given me. So I coded
Mhm.
again. So they put me back on the ventilator emergently, and gave me medicine to take the swelling down. So
Okay.
then when they when they took me off the ventilator, I had like a mini surgical room, or mini surgical room in my room.
Okay.
And because if I swelled shut again, they were going to have to give me a trach.
Okay.
Because
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I had coded so many times, and they had to, go through my
Wow.
so
Wow.
many
So
times.
you got a wonderful Thanksgiving blessing when
Yes.
you and you kind of timed that just right. What was your prayer for receiving a heart during that time?
Yes, I I kept telling my doctors that, because I had Heather, um it's October when, when I started out, and so I said I'll be fine, just go back to school. And then Heather came home for Thanksgiving break, and I told the doctors, I'm like, I need to get my heart on the day after Thanksgiving. So then by the time, I'll be going home really quick afterwards, because up
Mhm.
there, you usually go home pretty quick.
Mhm.
And so then Heather will know that I'm fine.
Mhm.
And so then she can come back down here, finish up her finals, because I didn't want her to lose a semester of school.
Mhm.
And so um, then she, do her finals, and then she'll be home for Christmas break, and
Mhm.
everything would work out perfect. Well, I didn't get my heart the day after Thanksgiving. I got my heart 2 days after Thanksgiving. So everything worked out perfect.
Wow. Wow. Well, so that was one, that was a miracle and a blessing to receive
Yeah.
that heart so fast, because if
Hmm.
anyone knows our journey, we know we waited, definitely over 5 months to be
Yeah.
able to receive, that heart. So that was fabulous for you to be able to, what a blessing for you to be able to receive it in that amount of time.
Right.
But once you received your heart transplant, there was more to learn about your physical um, about your physical body and what was related to your heart. So this is why I wanted you to be on the show, so that you can also share this special part about your family. What did you find out? Because we were talking about, you know family history.
Right.
So share yours with us, please.
So after after I had my transplant, they did an autopsy on my heart, and they found that I had, it's called left ventricular non-compaction cardiomyopathy. So what it is, the medical term, it's
Okay.
it's a very rare congenital cardiomyopathy. It's the lower left chamber of the heart, which is the left ventricle, which helps the
Oh, thanks, God.
it helps the heart pump blood. Um, so it didn't it didn't develop correctly.
Your
So
heart.
yes, that's
Okay.
what this left ventricular um, non-compaction. So it doesn't develop correctly. So instead of being smooth and firm, it is thick and spongy.
Okay.
So it's weak, and it impairs the ability to pump the blood.
Okay.
And because of that, it can't pump the blood, nor can it rest. So
Mm.
it doesn't just doesn't do what it's supposed to. So
Wow.
by the time, and I had a very enlarged heart as well. So by
Okay.
the time my heart gave out, what was happening? there was nothing wrong with my legs and my feet. What it was is my heart was just quivering and my body was filling up with blood because it couldn't pump anywhere.
Oh,
And
wow.
so my legs were heavy because nothing was getting pumped anywhere. So everything was just stacking up. And
Wow.
that's when it just, my heart couldn't go anymore.
Okay. Okay. Because
Yeah.
it wasn't having the right functions, your body started to start to
Yeah.
decline,
Yeah.
and that's why you ended up in the emergency room.
Yeah.
Now, what makes this even more interesting is by them doing that test on your heart, you later found out. I don't want to tell it, so you go ahead and tell
Okay.
it. What did you later find out?
So I'm one of seven children. I have a sister and five brothers. So I have one brother that was having heart issues. He was having AFib, which is the fast heart rate. So they thought he had an ablation. My mom had AFib too.
Okay.
And so with having an ablation and stuff, thought that that would be
Sure.
fine. Well, he
Mhm.
kept having these just didn't feel right. So after I had my issue, um, they they found this a gene. There is a gene that causes this left ventricular non-compaction. So they tested my siblings, and this brother that was still not feeling well, he ended up having this gene, and another
Mm.
brother has this gene. And each of these two brothers have two children. They each have a boy and a girl. So they tested their two children, and the one daughter has it from one brother, and the one son has it from my other brother.
Wow.
So my niece was in high school at the time, and she had to quit volleyball because of that sudden upstart was just too much for her heart to
Wow.
take.
Wow.
So, she had been doing volleyball forever, and she had to give that up because it was just too much on her heart.
Wow.
Now my two brothers, originally that started, so they've all had AFib, and my nephew has had AFib. I never had AFib, never. I
Wow.
I never had anything.
Wow.
So my two oldest brothers have the defibrillator.
Hmm.
One, the first brother that wasn't feeling well to begin with, he was saved by his defibrillator years ago because
Wow.
he would have died in his sleep had he not had that defibrillator.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Wow.
it's amazing. It
Yeah.
is so amazing.
And how rare is this gene
It,
that
it's
you all
very
have?
it's very rare. Now
Wow.
I don't know. So they are all seeing the same um, group of doctors at Loyola in Chicago.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
and keep so they all know that it's in the family, and what's going on and that type of thing. So
Wow. Don't
you just
know.
don't know.
Don't know.
No.
Wow. And had you not experienced everything that you did, the rest of the family would have never found out
Right.
how sick they were going to be as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, just amazing for something to be rare. And I always tell people that sometimes if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. And I know some people feel like that, but I don't want to claim that.
Yeah.
But you, an amazing, you're an amazing woman to be able to. It's almost like a sacrifice for you. Um, for your experience to help them, and they didn't have to experience everything that you did. So
Yeah.
you are that glue that just kind of holds that family together, and they should be forever indebted, to you for everything that you went through. So if y'all, Miss Donna's family, y'all just love on her continuously, just love on her and show her all the love and support that she needs, because it's really important to know your family history. But you would have never known this had they not, tested her heart. Um, and so I think that's very important that we still learn our family history, and if it is something out there and that you need to find out, then find out
Yeah.
and test it. So I'm assuming your brothers were tested as well, and um, they had to be tested to make sure that they also had this same trait, correct?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They
Um,
were tested, and then once they were confirmed to have this gene, that's when they tested their children and then
mm,
found out that. So it's going to be a long road,
wow,
but at least they know. At
wow,
least they know and can, stay on top of it with medication and, you know, and,
yeah,
mechanical means.
right. So they
And
well, I don't. Well, I want to say they at least have the preventative measures to be able to stay healthy and live longer. But
yeah,
in long term, or in hindsight, when the children's children have children, then they also know to look out for this gene. So
correct.
how amazing, how amazing is that? I know you wouldn't know it to look at her, but Donna is really an amazing woman, and her daughter did something that remind me of myself. Although mom couldn't speak, if I could tell this part, Donna, she
Mhm.
was she was the one that was writing down everything that was going on with mom. So if mom doesn't remember, she was writing it down, and I did the same thing in my experience of I'm asking the doctors everything. Okay, what is going on? What does he need? What medication he needs? And with her being a teacher, that is something that we will do. We think we can fix everything as teachers. So,
Mhm.
Heather, shout out to you again for being there for your mom and taking care of her and just helping her get through, that time of her life. And I'm pretty sure she's forever indebted, to you. So thank you so much, Donna, for being a part of this, for educating us on on your health and your family history. And I'm forever grateful for you coming on my show, and just being a part of the Transplant Talk um, Nation. That's who we are. You're the gave the heart. And then someone else says, "Great job." Yes,
Um,
hi, Miss Verna. Hi, Miss Verna. I did not cry, Miss Verna. I'm still working on not crying. But I just thought this was just an opportunity. Thanks, Donna, for sharing with your family and for sharing story with. Yes, yes. And I would say this. I'm glad my dad said that, because a lot of people, more men primarily, will just keep things to themselves and not share. But had she kept this to herself and not told them, she would not have been able to, help save and change their lives. So y'all stop holding on to those secrets, and let that be known. If you sick, let somebody know. Let
right.
somebody know, and go get checked out when you feeling something. My mom has always been that person that if that pinky toe hurts, you go to the doctor, and I would be like, Mom, it's really not that serious, but she's a firm believer and going to the doctor. So I don't tell her all the time. If I'm just, if it's a headache, I'm like, I ain't telling her, because she loves going to the doctor. And I got insurance. And as much as insurance is costing these days, I'm going to the doctor.
Exactly.
So my question for you, Donna, is for anyone that is on the fence about becoming an organ donor, what would you say to them?
I would say absolutely. Before all of this happened, uh, my family had always, from the very beginning that we signed up to be organ donors, not ever thinking that someone in our family or ourselves, who would have guessed that um, I would have needed a transplant of any kind.
Right.
Um, you never know from one day to the next what your life is going to bring you. Just like me,
Absolutely.
one day I was fine, the next day my heart decided not to work,
Right.
and I ended up needing a heart transplant. You don't know, and when I die, I hope I can. Someone will take my corneas to give someone the chance to see.
Hmm.
Take my tissue, take my bone, even something as simple as bone. When
Hmm.
I have dental work done, I needed bone. I had crushed bone from a donor.
Wow.
People don't think of something as easy as that. So yes,
Wow.
absolutely. Sign up.
Mm.
Someone will remember you every single day, because when I wake up, that's the first thing I do is I thank God that I've been given another
Mm.
day to see my daughter, to see my grandchildren.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been given 14 extra bonus years. I've been
Wow.
able to see my daughter graduate from college, get married, have three
Yeah.
beautiful children,
Yeah.
and I would have missed I would have missed all of that had it not been for my donor.
Right. Right. And have you ever, did you get in contact with the donor family or did they decline?
I haven't been able to.
Make connection.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
know she was 25 years old. She had a brain aneurysm,
Wow.
and she had a 9-month-old baby at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So her son is 14 years old now.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Well, I hope, I don't know if you will continue, but I hope one day you will have that opportunity to meet him and maybe hear your heartbeat of his mom. Wow, that is amazing. That's
Right.
amazing. Wow. So we pray for, continued prayers for her son. And
Yeah.
we just ask God to continue to cover your family, as well as you all have this to experience. We all have things that we go through in life, and this is what your family is facing. It's just like cancer. If someone has cancer, they make sure that they get tested to make sure that maybe they have that gene. I've had some friends that have some genes or different a different gene, and they found out that hey, we got to have our I forget what it's called, but when they have their breast removed. So
Oh, the
um,
the BRCA gene. BRCA.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yeah. But we're going to keep praying for you. I thank you again for
Thank
being on the
you.
first show, educating everyone on something that they've never heard before. As a teacher, that's always very important to me that we can educate everybody. And that's what Save 1,000 Lives is for. And, being able to get out in the community and, debunk those myths about, organ donation because
Absolutely.
you will not be here. And y'all, do y'all know she rides a motorcycle? Okay. She's a motorcycle rider as well. So you would never know. Think because somebody said yes, Donna's able to be here and share with everyone today. So I thank you all so much again for watching Transplant Talk with Nashonda. Next week, I have another fabulous guest, and she's going to tell her story as well. All month long, you all make sure that you all stay tuned and y'all be a part. Oh, you're welcome, Heather. You are welcome. I definitely hope more people um, oh, great job, Mom, too. I hope more people learn and make sure that you go to registerme.org and become an organ donor. And on this final note, I did have a student who came back to school because y'all know we're back in school, and he let me know that Ms. Larimore, I became an organ donor. I was so excited. So already in 2022, we have our first organ donor. So God bless you all. And until next week, I will see you all again. God bless you. And remember, organ donation does not only save lives, but it changes lives. So until next week, God bless you all and good night. Stay right there, Donna, please.
Okay.
All right.